So when you look at what the commission said so far, what those two co-chairs said, what do you like and don't like?
What I like is the fact that you have the president's people that he put in charge of this, Erskine Bowles, who's a great, very conscientious Democrat, saying that for America to be competitive in the 21st century, we need lower tax rates. We need lower corporate rate. We need a territorial tax system, which is very important for our competitiveness, and lower tax rates on individuals. So they're basically talking about broadening the tax base, lowering the rates. That's good. They're also going after spending. Now, there's some things I would do and some things I wouldn't do, but they're going after spending. What they didn't do in this plan, which I think was a mistake, is they didn't go after fixing health care. They pretty much skirted it on the edge, which...
Why not?
Because I think they wanted to accept the premise of Obamacare. They wanted to accept the structure and the architecture of Obamacare, which obviously I have a huge problem with.
Was there a serious conversation about doing something about health care in the Deficit Commission?
There is, and there will continue to be. Alice Rivlin and I plan on putting out our own plan on health care, hopefully this week.
And what would that say?
Well, she and I are still talking about it, so I don't want to get ahead of myself.
But just give us a hint.
But we need to deal with Medicare. Medicare has a multi-trillion-dollar unfunded liability. That wasn't really addressed in this plan, very, very little. And so I think you need to address Medicare and Medicaid if you're going to deal with this. Of the GAO's unfunded liability figure, which is a $76 trillion figure, almost all of that is health care. You cannot preempt a debt crisis, get this fiscal house in order without dealing with health care. And I do not believe that this health care law does that. Not only do I not believe that, the actuary at HHS tells us the deficit will go up with Obamacare, healthcare costs and spending will go up with Obamacare. So
what did the Congressional Budgeting Office say, though?
Same thing. I mean, when you take away some of the smoke and mirrors that were in the scoring that they had to score, it's a big budget buster.
But when does the budget busting take place?
Now and into the future. So
it starts immediately?
Yes, because you have a lot of discretionary spending that you had to implement Obamacare that was not factored into it. Plus, what they did with Obamacare is they did 6 years of spending paid for by 10 years of Medicare benefit cuts and tax increases. Once you get farther down that budget window, the uglier the score gets.
The president says it's okay to talk about his health care reform proposal that was passed by the Congress at the edges, but at the core.
Yeah, see, that's where we have a huge disagreement. That's why on the XYZ category, that's where we're just not going to agree with the president on it. And that's where we're going to have very difficult chance to come together. We're going to have big philosophical disagreements on that.